Hello Internet, welcome back to our ToME series. We're playing as Sierra the Cornac Alchemist, and we are in the scintillating caves. We've been talking about, I guess you're resistant to fire then. Red crystal, 100% fire, takes an extra damage from cold. You met the wrong alchemist, my friend, because cold is what I've got. Remember that. Yeah, I was going to sing, but I'm not going to sing. Earth, water, fire, air. These are the elements we forge our magic with, and all of these I have seen manifested in the crystals here, but there's something else, something different. There are dark crystals here which seem to possess some new destructive element, a very twisting of the nature of the other elements, warping them into malign designs. Why have I never seen this before? I must study it. I have to understand it. I must comprehend its very nature and hold its power in my own hands. The thirst for knowledge is all-consuming. I shall name this new element Blight. Well, it's not very new. We've been encountering Blight quite a lot. We'll just pick up the axe. We'll continue auto-exploring. What were we talking about? I would like to get more commentary into the ToME series instead of just, we're going to go over here, okay, we're going to throw a bomb. Like, that just gets old. How did we kill him with cold damage? Demonic soul. Oh, our demonic soul triggered, and he's vulnerable to fire, so that dealt a lot of damage to him. Presumably, the soul does not affect our allies, so because otherwise it wouldn't be a very good item. But it seems really, really good. It's a legendary, and we got it because it's the anniversary of one of the DLCs, I guess, a couple episodes ago. So, I mean, it seems really good. How are we doing on gems? We're actually very low on gems. Why don't we... Do we want to continue converting amethysts? Do we even have amethysts? We do. They deal 25 arcane. It'd probably be better to go with the 10% bomb damage. But then we would be 100% cold instead of... I think it would be better to keep the other element. So when we bomb now, we deal like... Well, let's look at our log. We hit... Oh, because it's white, we only hit it for 10 cold damage. White worm mass, 130... So basically our bombs, when we throw them... This is not a good example. Let's look for one where we... Basically, we deal all cold damage, but when we throw bombs, we also get that alchemy... Or, what damage was it? I've already forgotten. A. It starts with an A. We're looking for... Okay, just look at it. Arcane, yes. We hit for 25 arcane, which means we deal like 100 and some odd cold damage and 25 arcane. I think it's better to keep the separate element on it. Even if the 10% increase would cause us to do more damage, it would make it 100% cold damage. I would rather have... For cold-resistant enemies, this 25 arcane that can slip through their defenses. So I think we will convert more of the amethyst into gems. 79, again, incredible roll. I think 80 is the max. And we'll do one more. 67, also a pretty good roll. So we have a fair bit of these gems, which we will slot over here. We are running low on amethyst. Why don't we see, any tier 2 stuff we can take apart for gems? Tier 1, no, probably not, because this is a lower level dungeon. I mean, we can convert all this as well to get some tier 1 gems. I don't know that they're really relevant. I don't think we're going to be using them very much, if ever again. We should also, now that we have level 2 gems, we should... Oh, we can't imbue with level 2 gems yet. Okay. What were we talking about? Oh, fantasy races. We were talking about fantasy races in the last episode. I don't like elves because elves are stupid. Because they're too pretty and too PC, and I really hate them. And then I've always felt like a real kinship with the unloved races. So, like, that's one of the reasons we're blind. We've been illuminated. We've been, like, flashbanged, I guess. I've always felt more of a kinship with, like, the abandoned and disliked races. So, like... Oh, when I was a kid, I was talking about EverQuest in the last episode, and it's got me thinking about it. When I was a kid, I really liked the Ixar, which, if you're not familiar with EverQuest, they're the lizard people. And I thought they were very cool for a couple reasons. Would you taunt them, please? Oh, well, that's right. We're in a very low-level dungeon, so it doesn't really matter. The Ixar were like the lizard people. They lived in like a ruined continent, and all their cities were destroyed and ugly, and I really, really liked that when I was a kid. Stupid cold-resistant enemies. We hit him for 25 arcane, and the soul triggered. Let's read this. Research Part 5. I sought to reach out and touch the abyss, but I have found it touched me first. I've been blessed. I have been fully awoken. I don't know grammar very well. Is awoken the right word? I've been fully awakened, I think, is what it would be. But even though I'm a writer, I actually don't know. I'm not very good with grammar. There's a wonder here, a wonder beyond all else I have seen, a crystal of amazing intricacy and beauty with a halo of power that echoes of the original energies of the spell blaze. All the power that our ancestors unlocked mixed with the glorious corruption that it triggered. What beauty, what tremendous beauty. I felt it touch me. I felt it reach into my heart and imbue me with its strength. I stood entranced as its energy flowed into me. Oh, how the blood now courses through my veins, blood corrupted with true power. I see now the path that lies before me. Spellblaze was not a curse, it was a blessing. I must open our people's eyes to the glory that our race has unlocked. I shall bring the wonders of this corruption to the whole world. Very interesting. I'm guessing that when we get to the final boss of this area, it's going to be this individual. Now, none of these are signed, so we don't know who it is. And we're not sure if they made it out to go back to their people, but they've obviously been corrupted. I'm guessing they're going to be the final boss. Got an agate. Yeah, like the Ixar, they had this ruined city, and like their world was so much. Their continent was so cool. I just thought it was so neat. Like their main city was like full of canals and stuff. I can see it now. I can see it so clearly. The forces at work are not of this world. They're the result of the spell blaze from the tearing of the fabric of our world, and from outside that fabric something else, something truly powerful, trying to force its way in. I feel I can almost reach out and touch it. Such awesome power it is. Could this even rival the renowned powers of the Shirtal? The crystals are a corruption of the elements of Maj'Eyal. These outside forces are changing the very makeup of the matter of our world. This cavern is truly a garden of delights, a font of growth and energy. Who knows how far this garden of wonders would spread if we encouraged it? Perhaps the whole of our world would be enveloped in this scintillating glory, a grand corruption for all Eyal. I have begun to train myself in controlling this blight. It takes much energy, draining my very vim, but I can feel the tremendous power behind it. I must tap into this more. You know what? It's sounding to me, so if you remember our Trillman playthrough, we went to the Spell Blaze, which they're talking about a lot in these journals, and we met the Grand Corruptor, I believe was his name, who transported us to a place and we got murdered, and that's how our game ended. I wonder if that's him. This sounds like that individual, because they've been corrupted by this concept. They're talking about the glory of the Spell Blaze and all that stuff. I wonder if that's who that is. That's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So I always liked the Ixar. They were like the hated race. Like in EverQuest, there were good and evil races, and like the Ixar were an evil race, and everywhere you went, people would try to kill you. So what are you resistant to? Nothing. Just physical damage, seems like. It's big, and it's targeting our golem, which is interesting because it's far away from us. I think this is probably the final boss. In fact, does it say boss? It does. We should probably just kill it in a couple hits, though. Yeah, it didn't drop anything, so I don't know if that really... Oh, it teleported. Okay. I mean, you can teleport. I'm still going to murder you. Okay. Grab these things. Retain a shadow of life. Mummified egg sac of Ungale. I don't know how you pronounce the E on the end of that word. Dry and dusty to the touch, it still seems to remain some shadow of life. That's interesting. Mummified egg sac. Well, this one went into the transmog chest. I don't know why. Light radius -2. Can be used to summon up to 2 spiders. Okay. I mean, why don't we... It's not wearable? How do I use it? Unique miscellaneous egg. Does it go away once I use it? I can't even click it. Go to move to normal? How do I even use this? Is it on our hotbar? No. I don't see an egg sac. How do I use it if it's not wearable? Oh. Great. Chitinous spider. Germarth. Okay. Is it reusable? It is. So, I don't know how long it takes to recharge. It's at 22. Let's wait a few turns. It's at 35. So it recharges. Oh, they vanished. Oh, so they don't stay very long at all. I mean, it's a good thing to have in our back pocket, I guess. And are they... Well, let's try it again. Are they relevant to our level? Let's summon them and let's look at what level they are. 27. Oh my god. It's so strong. Low soul. Okay, so maybe it's just random which spiders they pull. And it doesn't say how long they last. Let's wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it says right there, time left, 6. Wow. I mean, that seems really good. I'm going to have to... How do I put this on my hotbar? No. Let's... Can we drag it? Oh, we totally can't. Oh, it has a long cooldown? Okay. I mean, that seems really, really good, though. We're going to hang on to this. Why don't we... Man, our toolbar is getting full. Cloud Caller, Beam of Lightning. I can't even remember that we have that ability available to us. Let's, I mean, I don't know where to put you. I don't know where to put you. I guess we can move. I mean, this is awful to do it like this and do them one at a time. Yeah, Fantasy Ray. Oh, I always liked Undead as well. You know, I like Necromancers in games. I like games where I can actually play as an undead character. I know Age of Wonders had undead character. In fact, Age of Wonders, I really liked the goblins in that game and the orcs in that game, although I usually don't favor goblins and orcs very much just because they're like, I understand. So basically, orcs didn't really exist before Tolkien. Like, goblins have always existed, you know, hobs and things like that. General goblin-esque mischievous imps and stuff like that. Those sort of things have always existed in folklore. Orcs were pretty much his original creation, however. And since then, they've become so popular, and they're in every game ever, that I kind of don't love orcs too much. I like kobolds because they're less common, gnolls, things like that. D&D creatures that, you know, don't come up as often, and you really like undead, and the goblins in that game were pretty cool. Like, the main goblin unit that you would see early was like a goblin kamikaze guy who carried a bomb that was bigger than him, and all he could do is walk up to enemies and blow himself up. I always thought that was cool when I was a kid. I don't know. Level to the... Yep, so we're done here. Okay. Let's... Did we get any red crystals, which was what we needed for that one alchemist? Red crystal shard. Great. Let's hit the main screen, and we'll go on the hunt for an alchemist to see what we could possibly bring. We got a bow. That's not... Yeah, none of this matters. It's all tier 1 as well. Copper Ring of Power. Could increase our spell power by +2, which is not a lot. Willpower, I mean, we have a pretty good physical save, spell save, mental save. Yeah, I think that's better. I mean, these immunities and resistances might be more valuable, but these are pretty high saves. We're going to hang on to what we have. 600% regen over 10 turns. This might be better than what we currently have, so we'll hang on to that one. Let's look at, we'll wait till we get out here. Mana Surge, 720, so it's not better than the one we have. Why don't we check this town? We haven't been to this town before. Exit to world map. Hopefully... Oh, wait a minute. We're an arcane caster. There has been a lot of lore about people trying to kill us. About trying to kill casters. So I don't know if we're going to be welcomed. What are you? Ogre Rune Spinner. You're not hostile. Friendly. Okay. You seem very scary and very cool sprite that you have. There's another one. Maybe this town is open to the less popular races? Shady Library. Well, we don't want to buy lore. We definitely should at some point in the game buy the lore so we can read some of the backstory. But I don't think that's for now. I think that's something we'll address in the future. Why don't we sell some of the stuff we're not using? Sell. How's our gold? 700 gold? No, don't sell the belt. We want to keep the belt. We can sell this. Sell this. Sell this. Sell the Mana Surge rune. Do we want Phase Door? I don't think we do. I think we just go with what we have. Eye of the Dreaming One. That's right. This puts people to sleep. We never really got it to function the way we wanted it to. Wait a minute. That was the thing that I replaced with the map or the wand by mistake. We at least want to wear this because it gives us saves and things. So let's sell that wand so I stop accidentally equipping it. I don't know how we did that, but I don't want to do it again. Okay. I mean, are there quests here? Maybe there's an alchemist here that we could talk to. We do need a better cloak. Let's look at our cloak. 1 defense, 4 willpower, 1 magic, 6 mental save. Fog. 5 defense, 11 light, and fire resistance. Stealth bonus +5. Stealth bonus presumably could let us walk up on creatures without them detecting us, which means we could let our golem close ranks and they wouldn't necessarily target us. More importantly, I'm looking at the resistances on this. 18 resistance to dark. Protection, no. 7 defense, cunning and dexterity. I kind of like the fog thing here. +5. What's our current defense? It's basically the same. We would just lose willpower and magic, which are pretty valuable. And we would also lose mental save, -6. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I don't know. Maybe it is worth it. I don't know. Alchemist, shabbily dressed elf, opens the door, scratching his head in apparent puzzlement. Another adventurer? Or have we met? I can't tell people apart unless they wear brightly colored headbands. You need to help me. I am indeed an adventurer. Go on. 3 elixirs stand between me and acceptance into the Brotherhood. Unless I've been through that already, I never quite can be sure. I think that's the case. Bring me the ingredients. What elixirs? What ingredients? The ones that I need to gather before the other alchemists get them. Can't have some lesser hack sneaking into the Brotherhood. I don't get what you're saying. He raises his voice and gestures exaggeratedly, seemingly taking you for an idiot. Of course. Me need pieces of scary monsters for happy-making drink. You get me pieces. You probably get eaten by monsters. Me have this conversation yet again with another bonehead. I've been known to kill the occasional monster. Is there a reward for me? It finally understands. You get a dose of every elixir you help me make. And if your help gets me into the Brotherhood, I've got half an elixir of invulnerability lying around that I'll give you. Don't try anything. I've already downed the other half. Oh, you're saying don't try to kill you and take it because you've already drunk half of it. All right. I accept. Great. Let's look at what he's got to offer. Mysticism. Permanently increase magic and willpower by 3. Sounds great. Savior. Permanently increase all your saving throws by 4. Also sounds really good. Grant you additional 4 stat points. Not as good, because we would just put them in magic. And I mean, it's the same, basically, as some of these, you know. We would be putting those points into magic. Anyway, so we'll go with mysticism first. Although it's probably the hardest one to make because it gives the most points. Yes, go away. I'll be off. Let's look at our journal. What do you got? Rich Stinger. No idea where to find riches. Iceworm Tooth. I think we found a fair bit of those in the Daikara, if I remember right. And Farling Fang. I have no idea what that even is. So, not great. Why don't we... What do you got? Oh, runes. Okay. 774 is way... We're not even using the Mana Surge rune, to be honest. Teleport in a range of 73 with a minimum range of 15. I wish you could control this in any capacity, because randomly teleporting up to 73 tiles is so terrible, because for all we know, we're going to bump away from one enemy and land next to the boss. You know what I mean? So I don't think we're interested in that. Oh, my throat. Mana Surge Rune of the Sneak. Yeah, we don't want Mana Surge. We never get low on mana, ever. I don't think we've ever even come close to exhausting our mana. Armor, we don't really want this. Boots of Evasion, eh? 11 defense. Our current boots are garbage, right? Bring up how do we inventory? Our boots are literally 1 armor and 1 fatigue, so anything would be better than that. 1 armor. 11 defense, +5 defense. Silence immunity, confusion immunity, stun and freeze immunity, all sound great. Can activate this to... reflexes allow you to anticipate attacks against you, granting a 17% chance to affect. That's actually not that beneficial for the price point. It just, mostly we would be getting 5 defense out of this, but it also, and the silence immunity and stuff is pretty good. What are you? Stamina? No, I don't want stamina. Why don't we buy them? We're not using our cash for anything else, and they are obviously better than what we have. So it's an upgrade of some capacity. And then we also kind of want to replace our gloves. Maybe our belt. I mean, the belt has some resistances. Yeah, these gloves grant damage to ranged and melee, but we don't do those attacks, so it never comes up. Resistances also not super valuable. Why don't we look at gloves? Do you have... No, only iron gloves. Yeah, we can't wear iron gloves. The belts, plus 15% reduced damage from summoned creatures. That's so situational, I don't think that that's worth it. Light and dark resistance, mental saves and spell power, life and things. Okay, I don't think we want to spend money on that. What are you? Stabs. Well, we already have a pretty sweet, badass staff. Okay, I mean, it seems like a mage-friendly town. They sell stabs and things. Have we explored fully the town? What is this? What are you? That's right, this is a bookstore. Let's get out of here. Why don't we go in search of another alchemist? I think there was one in the Final Hope, but I think the Final Hope was where they were persecuting magic users. Oh no. Okay, very dangerous situation once again. What the heck is this? Oh, that's the thing that lets me evade melee and ranged attacks for 6 increased defense for 4 turns. Yeah, it's only a 17% chance, so we can't count on this to protect us. But is it instant? Where is its instant? Okay, no, that's the travel speed. But it doesn't say if it takes a turn or not. If it was instant, we would pop it because why wouldn't we? Oh, hello, shield bearer. 29% fire resistance, 7% resistance to all damage. Let's bomb over here to hopefully hit our golem as well. Okay, we're going to step behind our golem and we'll blast at it. Actually, this is a radius 2. Why don't we try to freeze him? Great. I mean, he can still act, but presumably... I don't know, does that increase the... Can we inspect its current effects? No, we can't. Okay. I thought maybe it would say like, oh no. It doesn't say anything about being frozen. Okay. I don't know why it didn't... Releases a burst of fire, shrugs off the effect of frozen feet. Okay, I mean, you're basically dead at this point. Zap, and we'll bomb him again. He's frozen, zap him. Okay. Let's try to rest. Okay, good. And now we'll peek out and see if there's a second one. I don't think we've ever seen a random encounter where there was only one enemy. It's always been 2 to 3. Maj'Eyal, the human. Arcane resistance. Okay. So our bombs are going to do slightly less damage to him because they deal... Okay, and he's a rogue. So I don't know how much mobility he has. Let's step behind our golem. And it looks like he's going to go down like a chump. So... Nice and easy. Anybody else in the area? That was a very easy encounter. Again, someone told me these are very dangerous. And we almost died last time we had a random encounter. So it's nice to see that one go so smoothly. Some of this is tier 2, so we will get more gems out of this. Why don't we look at trying to upgrade our... What is your weapon? Is tier 3. Deals lightning and cold damage. Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to find something better than that. Arcane Resource Burn. Okay, so it would damage their mana. I don't think that that's worth none of this other stuff. What is your current armor? Also pretty damn good. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Why don't we turn these things into gems? Tier 2, tier 2. Yeah, okay. They're all tier 2, and we will get tier 2 gems out of them, which is what we want and kind of what we need. Because we are running... I mean, we're not running low on gems, but we need to keep those gem stores up at all times. Can't believe we're still alive on this character. I really thought we would be dead by now. What is our ammo? 165. We're good. Let's get out of here. So we can't go to the final Brass Lantern of Focus. 2 con, 4 willpower, 6% blight resistance, 6% mind damage, which doesn't matter to us. Life regen. Okay. So this would reduce, we would lose all of our saves. No, they're all the same. No, I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm an idiot. We would lose all those saves, but we would get life regen and con and will. I don't think that that's better than this. So we're going to go ahead and scrap that. So I don't think we can go to the Final Hope because they hate arcane users. I think was the Final Hope is the town where they were. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. We could go to the Final Hope, I think. We'll check it out. But I do remember there was an alchemist hermit all the way up here somewhere. Was he back here? Ah. Oh. What? What? Golem Graveyard? That's awesome. I wonder if we can find like permanent upgrades for our golems. That seems super cool. Oh, I'm so nervous though to go in there. It's mid-level 14 and we're only level 16. Why don't we put a pin in that? That's really interesting. I'm super awesome to find that. I think that's really cool. A golem graveyard is a very interesting concept. You are the hermit we are looking for. I'm not going to read this. We did read this before, and this is the guy who screams in our face because I believe he's partially deaf at this point, and we know what he's doing. We're just going to offer to help him. He's going to ask for ingredients. So, permanently increase your chance to critically strike with spells. Seems pretty great. Permanently increase your luck. Also seems pretty good. Granted 2 additional class talent points. I think that's the one we took on Trillman, and we never did find the ingredients for that. Why don't we go critical spells and see? Maybe we already have the ingredients. We do not. Okay, Brotherhood. We need an eel tail. I know. Where does the eel stop and the tail start? That's good. I didn't think about that. It doesn't really matter. The last 10 inches or so should do nicely. I love 10 inches, if I'm being honest. It's my favorite. Okay. So, yeah, I don't have a joke to make. I was going to make a joke about penis size, but of course, you shouldn't do that. I guess we'll just look around the ice shelf before we call the episode. This is very suspicious. I bet there's like a trigger in one of those corridors that would take us... No, don't explore. Hello, kitty. We encountered this cat last time. Give him some intestines. Eats it all and looks happy. After a while, it strolls away. Somehow you feel you may have not seen the last of it. Yes. I think we're going to call the episode here. I really want to check out the Golem Graveyard. I'm just worried we'll go and it'll be too tough for us and that'll kill us. But it sounds really cool. I do really like golems. They're one of my favorite. There aren't a lot of magical constructs out there, right? And golems by far are the best. Like homunculus, I guess, are technically maybe golems. All constructs would be technically golem. It doesn't matter. Anyway, go call the episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back with more ToME content in the near future. I'll see you in the next episode.